Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. In this particular video, I want to talk to you guys about, do small businesses need branding? Now, I'm sure you're going to guess what my answer is going to be. However, I want to deep dive in just a few things that a lot of people unfortunately don't necessarily hit the nail on the head with. So I want to make sure that you, specifically watching this video, go ahead and do so, but at the same time take the information that I'm going to be sharing with you and equally understand how you can now apply it to your own brand, so that not only are you actually creating that better connection that you're actually looking for, not only actually are you standing true to your standards and your beliefs, but you're also making those better connections, standing out according to your standards and beliefs, but doing so in a way that sits so comfortably with you, so much to the point that you're now positioning yourself as that go-to expert, simply because you're now bringing the value that actually makes sense. So before you get stuck into this video, please make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe to this channel, and stick to the very end of this particular video, because as always, I've got a way to make sure that you continue taking action. Because as you know, I'm not all about just keeping you here on my channel. I want to make sure that you're actually doing stuff with the information that I'm actually sharing with you. So before you get stuck in, please make sure that you do that, bear that in mind, but equally share this out to other like-minded people as well. And without further ado, folks, let's get stuck into it. So okay, we're going to be talking about, do small businesses need branding? Yes, they most definitely need branding. Now, you, I'm sure, would have seen my previous video talking about the idea of what is branding for small businesses to begin with. And I would have shared with you what branding is to small businesses. Well, and let me just recap that now. It's the idea of reputation. It's also a way of positioning yourself, and equally it's also a way of standing out and showing up in a way that's always congruent to your standards and your beliefs. So now when we talk about the idea of branding, when it comes to small businesses and do they need it, based off of what I shared in that previous video, hell yes, they need branding. And as does any business. Business needs branding simply because it's going to help to differentiate you from your competitor. It's going to help you to stand out and be that go-to expert with the pole positioning asset that I actually spoke to you about. And it's equally going to help you to understand how you can equally show up. So now let me just deep dive into each and every one of those assets, because, and they are assets by the way, because they allow you to do so much for you, for your business. And it's what will help you to not only create sustainability within your brand, but equally also build a distinctive brand that again is all about being congruent to your standards and your beliefs. So now let's look at this first part, right? It's the idea of building that distinctive brand to begin with, like I just mentioned before. When you're building this distinctive brand of yours, you need to make sure that you are showing up or even standing out in a specific kind of way that actually taps into what's known as your unique human point. And how you get to that unique human point, well, you need to discover what's known as your VPV, or your brand power of 3, what I like to coin it as, right? Your vision, your purpose, and your values will help you to discover what your unique human point is, and equally, it will help you to understand how you're going to start building your distinctive brand. And more specifically, it would also help you to understand how you're going to build a brand that is actually sustainable, simply because now you're tapping into the nitty-gritty as to who it is that you are and why it is that you actually stand for what you stand for. You see, the average brand, or the average business owner, in fact, won't even consider this part. They're going to continuously, throw things at a wall and shout the loudest, yes, but they're going to start making promises that they can't actually even keep. They're actually going to just start saying things that don't even resonate with them. And here's the trap that a lot of people fall into. They do these things and then they start showing up in a way that is not authentic to them, and in a way that causes some kind of discomfort to the point that they're actually showcasing that to their audience with a bit of a fake smile and say, hey, this is what we do. It's very robotic and not organic at all. So when you tap into your unique human point and you understand how you're showing up and the way that you're representing or setting your reputation, in fact, that's how you start building a brand for your small business. Now, this second part actually kind of ties into what I've just mentioned before. And yes, it's about showing up, but it's equally also about the idea of representing yourself. And more importantly, what is it that you want to be known for? When it comes to understanding, do businesses, specifically small businesses, need branding? Well, yes, they do, specifically because they need to understand how and what it is they want to be known for. Because when you know what you want to be known for, your messages that you're putting out in marketing, the information that you're sharing to your audience as a whole, the further reach that you're then going to start having, all because you understand what it is that you want to be known for, and essentially you're sharing a message that others can really resonate with. When you get that part, you're going to know how to build, again, your distinctive brand, like I shared with you in the first point. But you're also going to understand how you can make that brand sustainable simply because you are tapping into these key points. And the reason why it's sustainable is because, again, it's coming directly from you. It's coming from your values. It's coming from your VPV. It's coming from your purpose, the real purpose why you're doing what you're doing. When you know what that is, the information that you are sharing with your audience is truer, it's more congruent to your standards, your beliefs, and it also sets the tone of your authority as well. Because now you're coming to the table with value. Now you're coming to the table with clear-cut information that helps your audience to understand that you equally understand them. And on that note of speaking to your audience, then helping them to understand that you understand them, essentially what you're doing is the third point, which is building that better connection. So when it comes to understanding, do small businesses need branding? Yes, they do, in order to be able to build that better connection. You need branding, again, because of what the points that I've just previously shared with you, especially when you understand what your VPV is, your brand power of 3 is. You get to understand how you start building those better connections with your audience. Your audience meaning the ones that you really want to work with. The audience meaning the ones that you know how to help. The audience meaning the ones that you really get and understand and know how to help them to move forwards. It's super key, folks, to not feel that you've got to work with the world of people. We weren't designed for the world of people, especially as a small business owner. You are designed for a specific niche of person. The business that you have to help others is key for a specific niche of person. It's not for everybody. Now, you may get the odd one or two interesting people who may resonate with your information, and that's cool and that's fine. However, you're still targeting a specific niche of person. So when you're making those better connections, naturally, those specific people are going to be hearing it. Those specific people are also going to be resonating with it. And those specific people are going to be reacting with it. And that's what you want to happen. Now, I get it. Sometimes just getting to grips with all the information that I've just shared here, it can still be a little bit of a minefield. However, here's where the clarity comes in. You simply just start at the VPV aspect. Watch what all else comes from it. And how to even start at the VPV aspect? Well, all you need to do, click on the link that's in the description box below this video. Once you do that, you're going to be taken to the page, which will definitely ask you for a few bits of details from you. But I need that in order to be able to fire over to you a checklist. Now, this checklist is literally my key principles that will help you to understand what it is that you're going to be needing to discover from yourself in order to be able to build a brand, boost your brand, and equally set your brand in a way that is congruent to your standards and your beliefs. That key phrase there, folks, is something that you're always going to be hearing me share, and it's something that you should equally always have in mind when it comes to setting your brand, especially for your small business. It's important because not only will it help you to differentiate yourself or equally build that distinctive brand for yourself, setting you apart from your competition, but equally it will help others to know and understand that you are the person for them. You are the person for them. Let that sit with you for a little bit. Folks, I'm going to leave it there. Please make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I will see you on the other side.